Brooklyn was that a boom? I didn't get the
Next, we have my American Fiction review. It's a new movie out in theaters right now. You know, I got that Regal Pass, bro. I be on that Regal Pass, boy. Um, what's it called? Yeah, so American Fiction is like this, black movie, which I kind of want to spend some time on this for a little bit. We still got 30 minutes left here on the Hooligans podcast. Um, American Fiction. I saw the trailer, right? And I wasn't sold on it. Ooh, my bad. I saw the trailer and I wasn't sold on it. Um, but the lead actress that plays the love interest, she was on the Breakfast Club. You know, shouts to Charlemagne, shouts to DJ Envy. She was on the Breakfast Club, and I watched her interview, and yo, that's actually what sold me on the movie, bro. Like the way she was just talking about it. I love when black people talk about elegant and high class stuff with each other because it's just so fucking cool, bro. It's like that almost it almost is on the level of nerd, but it's just so like it just so swaggery, bro. There's just so much swagger. Um the soundtrack to this was really cool. But okay, so I don't want to glaze the whole movie. We're gonna get into what these people think as well. But here was some of my thoughts. Like the movie is about this guy, he's a writer, and basically it's almost on some how may I help you type stuff. But basically it's like the more black you write your book, the better it's gonna sell. Um and the idea was like he doesn't want to be seen as a black writer. He just wants to be seen as a writer. Um but I feel like that was the main premise. But I feel like in the overall artistic direction of the movie, I feel like it was it kind of it had the opposite effect. Like it was supposed to be like the idea was he wants to be a writer, not a black writer. But it's funny because this movie was kind of like a stereotypical black movie. Um and it didn't feel like it was just a movie. Like it did feel black, which I think was definitely done on purpose. But I think it was just kind of like these. It's kind of like this, it's just a little bit ironic that the movie's about a writer wanting to be a writer, not a black writer. But the movie that we watched in its entirety was a black movie. Um, from the soundtrack, it was a cool soundtrack. Soundtrack was cool. The whole I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Let's see what they have to say.
I thought this movie was going to be a lesson to white people on performative allyship. It turned out to be a read for woke culture as a whole. American Fiction is coming out to all theaters next week, but I wanted to talk about it because everyone should watch it. It's about this man, Monk, who's an affluent academic from Boston that's having trouble with publishing. So in an act of defiance, he decides to submit what he feels like is the worst part of black literature, filled with like stereotypes and things that he's been running away from his entire career. And the book slaps, it hits, it goes off. Hearing the synopsis, you would think that this movie is about how white people just eat up black trauma porn. But it's actually more than that. Look on how black literature is received by everyone, including black people. But it also highlights the internal conflict with black people and certain aspects of black culture, and how certain black people tend to reject or alienate black culture as they raise in the ranks in American culture. Also, Sterling K. Brown is in this, being extra charming, extra fine, and self-destructive in a way that you just want to help him. If you aren't already in love with Tracy Ellis Ross, prepare to be, because she is the heart of this film. Erica Alexander is incredible as a love interest, but also as a gauge for Monk. Next week, that movie comes out everywhere. You definitely have to see it. It's by far my favorite film of the year. A well-deserved 5 out of 5 Frankie Flames.
Frankie Flames. Shout outs to Frankie. You forgot to mention that Monk is played by Jeffrey Wright. I remember he played Tino in Samuel L. Jackson's Shaft movie. Let's see.
This is, without a doubt, the greatest movie you are going to see in 2024. Name of the movie is American Fiction, and it is a masterpiece. Now, normally I will make a video that is completely filled with spoilers, but I legitimately do not want to do that with this movie because it's legitimately that good. And I'll be honest with you, the main reason I'm making this video is because I don't want people to misunderstand what this is about. Like, if you hate woke race baiting bullshit, this is your Schindler's List. This is your Shawshank Redemption. If shit like woke racial stereotyping bullshit annoys you, you're gonna fucking love this. Let me just tell you right now, Jeffrey Wright was the perfect casting. Sterling K. Brown, awesome as always. And Erica Alexander was amazing as always. But this movie legitimately shits on every woke ideology thought process. It makes a caricature of the white Karens and the bullshit stereotypes that are applied to black culture, and how the media uses those stereotypes to push a narrative making you feel
All right. It wasn't that good, my guy. It wasn't that good. As a
Have
black
y'all seen
person, I can
American
say
Fiction
that.
yet? If not, it's okay, but you should get out to see it as soon as possible. I enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favorite movies that I've seen in theaters in the last 6 months. However, I think the movie brings up a lot of points about how we talk about black authors and black literature, and I want to have a conversation with y'all about it. To avoid rambling or spoiling any of the movie for folks who do want to go out and see it, I wrote down some questions that the movie made me think about. The first is, how do we let a predominantly white publishing industry determine what is and what isn't black literature? Second, how do we as a black community gatekeep what is and what isn't black literature? Are we really celebrating black stories if we don't highlight books that actually showcase our experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly? And this is thinking back to the conversations we had about books having covers that look like club flyers, or other conversations that are just kind of anti-black in what is considered black books. And lastly, how does where we get our books determine how we buy and categorize black and POC books? And so I have to call myself in a little bit regarding this, especially with how I read on Kindle only, like what books I choose to read and how many self-published books I've read, especially considering the option to self-publish is a lot of the time the choice for black authors because they're not given opportunities by these large publishing companies. So if any of these questions are of interest to you, you should go out and see American Fiction, but you can also comment below so we can continue this conversation more. Have y'all seen American?
Shout out. Yeah, the picture was really good. Like, it says they want a picture. And since I've been going to the movies more, I'm starting to understand what they're talking about. But oh yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross was good in it. I kind of
What is that about? That is nuts. First of all, you can't have a girlfriends without a living single, so you can't choose between the two.
You know what? I can pick.
heard.
I'm gonna say, and this has no shade. I'm gonna say living single because Mara Brockett Kill is a Stanford graduate. Shout out to the Chocolate Cardinal. All respect, all love.
So this is about your sports?
No, she went to my
I don't like
school.
this game.
Me neither.
She went to my
I
school.
choose.
But Mara was girlfriends and you chose living single.
I choose different world.
Okay. She keeps going, yeah.
Black Panther
Obviously
every
Black
time.
Panther
Black
because
Panther.
I haven't
My
seen the other.
child loves Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but because I'm in one of them, I'm just gonna say T'Challa.
You cannot choose.
I don't want to be on record. I don't want to be on
I don't want to be on record for that either.
Yeah.
These
You guys aren't
here we
playing
go.
the game,
These
though.
are wonderful television
You're
shows.
not playing the game, Martin.
Okay.
Make a choice.
Hey,
I'm gonna go
Martin.
with Martin, man. Like,
I'm gonna say Martin.
oh my
I
god.
watched Martin because it was our lead-in until it wasn't.
Oh, that's right.
So
There
for
you go.
that reason,
Martin.
Martin.
There you go.
Okay. What?
Yo, that was the loudest sound in the world right now, guys. Hold on. That freaking hurt. Gosh. Oh my freaking gosh, bro. I got the freaking revenge. I got Michonne over here from The Walking Dead. Over here. All right, guys. We're going to step right into our video.